The second night of the Democratic National Convention just wrapped up in Chicago, and some big names took to the stage.
The night included speeches from former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff. 5 on Your Side political editor Mark Maxwell joins us live from United Center. Mark.
Yeah, Mike and Kelly, good evening. If President Barack Obama's big speech at the Democratic National Convention when he was accepting the nomination was about hope and change, tonight was about renewed hope. In that same message, the renewal coming from Joe Biden stepping off the stage, of course, Democrats carrying their party into this second night of the convention and really turning the page here from the Biden term now to Kamala Harris. We saw that ceremonial roll call of states where Missouri, Illinois, and all 50 states pledged their delegates to back Kamala Harris and Tim Walz for the presidency. Governor J.B. Pritzker and Senator Tammy Duckworth representing Illinois on the national spotlight, coming out swinging at Donald Trump on the stage there. The United Center appeared to fall spellbound to former First Lady Michelle Obama and former President Barack Obama, who closed out the night with keynote addresses. President Obama started out paying respects to Joe Biden's place in presidential history, and then the former president pivoted from celebrating Joe Biden into savaging Donald Trump with his signature form of political trash talk. We'll give you a little bit of that sound right now.
We needed a leader who was steady and brought people together and was selfless enough to do the rarest thing there is in politics, putting his own ambition aside for the sake of the country. History will remember Joe Biden as an outstanding president who defended democracy at a moment of great danger.
And that danger, as President Obama tells it, coming from former President Donald Trump. Obama also pivoting to joust with Trump, making fun of him for focusing on crowd size too frequently, and said he's been just peddling a long stream of grievances ever since he came down the elevator those 9 years ago. It seemed like President Obama was really trying to pick a fight there with former President Donald Trump, and we just have about 11 weeks to go until this big face-off here. But now we're getting ready for the big speech tomorrow night, where Vice presidential nominee Tim Walz will address this convention for the first time and lay out his vision and perhaps offer some hope to Democrats trying to defend that blue wall in the Midwest, that maybe his message will help resonate and connect with those voters who could help them do just that. But that was a big night for the Obamas in Chicago and Illinois. A lot of Illinois Democrats and the delegation here on the national spotlight tonight. In Chicago, Mark Maxwell, 5 on Your Side.
And Mark, before you go, it was tough enough for Barack Obama to follow Michelle Obama tonight. It's a tough act to follow the Obamas tomorrow night for Tim Walz.
Right, well, we'll have a full 24 hours to reset, but in only the way he can. President Obama actually made that remark that he's the only guy dumb enough to try and follow that act of his wife there. But she had a lot to say, too, and she also poked at former President Donald Trump, and she said, who's going to tell him that maybe he's running for one of those black jobs? Of course, mentioning her husband's role in that historic figurehead in that position, and perhaps Kamala Harris come November, poking the bear there, if you will. But yeah, she certainly controlled the stage, and we saw that from President Obama tonight too. But tomorrow night, Tim Walz will see if he has that star power.
And Mark will report live from the convention every night until it wraps up on Thursday. You can catch his reports on air, online at KSTK.com, and of course streaming on 5+.